perpendicular. Perpendicular, again, means that your slope is going to be opposite sign, and it's going to be flipped. So, for example, if I have a slope of, let's say, -1/2, well, the perpendicular slope is going to be flipped over, so instead 2/1, and it has to have opposite sign. So that first one, it does have a -1, so it doesn't matter if the negative's on the top, the bottom, or in front. That negative right there makes that whole thing negative. So that first slope is -1/2. Our new slope is going to be 2/1, positive 2/1. And if it simplifies, simplify it. 2 divided by 1 really is 2. So -1/2 is perpendicular to 2. For example, if let's say I had a slope of 3. Well, it has to be opposite and flipped. Well, this one's a little harder to flip because it's not a fraction. So if it's not a fraction, you can always put it over 1. It means exactly the same thing. So if that's easier, do that. So if I want to find the perpendicular slope of 3/1, or 3, I have to flip it. So it's going to be 1/3. And the original first slope of 3/1 is positive, so this new slope has to be negative. Again, it doesn't matter if you put the negative on the top, the bottom, and front, just one negative, so it becomes -1/3. And perpendicular slope means opposite and flipped slope. So let's take a look. One of the other things we did is find an equation of a line perpendicular to something that passes through a point. So I'm going to clear the screen. Let's have an equation that is y equals, let's stick with that, -1/3 x plus 2, and we want that to pass to the point of, let's say, 4, -3. All right. Well, first of all, our original slope is -1/3. Well, we need the perpendicular slope to that. So -1/3. To find the perpendicular slope, we flip it and change the sign so it becomes 3/1, positive 3/1, which in return would simplify to just 3. So our new equation, since it's perpendicular to that first one, we know it's going to be y equals 3x. We just don't know what the y-intercept is. So we have a perpendicular slope now. This is where our x and y come into play. Again, we're going to plug in, in this case, 4 for x, -3 and for y. So I get -3 equals 3 times 4 plus b. Now I just have to simplify. So 3 times 4 gives me 12. Now in order to solve for b, I have to minus 12 to both sides. So -3 minus 12 is -15. And again, we have to make sure we finish this equation. We know it's going to be just like this one, except for now I found my b value. I just have to plug in b into its place. So our final answer is y equals 3x minus 15.